Hi students, this is Mr. Yao. Today we are going to talk about 7.6 where we'll learn about the perimeter of shapes in coordinate system. This lesson is going to purely depend on something we have learned before, which is the distance formula. And that is d equals square root of x2 minus xy in parentheses being squared plus y2 minus yy in parentheses being squared. This is something we have practiced many times already in the previous lesson, so let's use an example to get a refresher. So this is my x1, y1, my x2, y2. You don't have to use the formula, you can, or you can just try to lay them out. Find the difference in x, 4 minus -5, which is a positive 9. If you use the bigger number minus a smaller number, that can avoid you getting some negative numbers. So y is going to be the 2 minus -6, which is actually an 8. So my d would be square root of 9 squared plus 8 squared. That is going to be square root of 81 plus 64, which is 145. And that, after you put in your calculator, should give you 12.04. Next, some more review. Polygon. Polygon is a closed plane figure that is formed by 3 or more line segments called sides. Again, 3 or more, so that means a triangle is still a polygon. Keep that in mind. Next, the definition for perimeter. A lot of you probably already know what perimeter represents, but now here's the official mathematical definition for perimeter. The perimeter of a shape is defined as the total distance around the shape. So see, total distance, or actually total length around the shape. It is the length of the outline or boundary of any two-dimensional geometric shape. To put it in plain words, to calculate the perimeter, we simply find the distance or length for each side and add all the sides together. That's basically what it is. So let's have a look. Example 1. AB. I have AB right here. This is my right triangle. You can also try to label out the points and use your distance formula. That works too. So that's my AB. AB is square root of 3 squared plus 1 squared, which is actually square root of 10. And that simplified to be, well, that put in your calculator is going to give you 3.16. BC. BC is right here, and that so happens to also be 3 squared plus 1 squared, which is square root of 10. That is 3.16 again. Lastly, I have AC, which is actually square root of 2 squared plus 4 squared. That's a 2 by 4. This is square root of 20, which is square root of 20, putting in your calculator, that should give you 4.47. And lastly, in order to find the perimeter, all I need to do is add all of them together. This is going to equal AB plus BC plus CA. Actually, it's not CD, it's CA. And that is going to be 3.16 plus 3.16 plus 4.47. The first two gets you 6.34. So together, 10.81. That is example 1. As you can see, it's quite simple. It's all about something we have learned, finding a distance. Only add one extra step, which is to add them together. That's example 1. Example 2. JG, that is a 2 by 1, so it's going to be 1 squared plus 2 squared, which is square root of 5, and that is 2.24. GH, that's a 3 by 1 again, so GH is 3 squared plus 1 squared, that is square root of 10, which is, again, 3.16. Next, IH. That is right here and is a 3 by 2, so 3 squared plus 2 squared, that is going to give you square root of 13, which is 3.60. And then lastly, we have IJ. That is just a 1 by 1, so 1 squared plus 1 squared, which is square root of 2, that is 1.41. Next, the perimeter, we're going to add them all together. 2.24 plus 3.16 plus 3.60 plus 1.41. That is going to be 10.41. That's example 2. Continue example 3. This time, you are given the points and you are also given the graph. So you can choose to graph it onto the given coordinate system and then do what we just did, or you can choose to use the distance formula for each side. So AB, so it's got to be 4 minus 2 squared plus negative 2 minus 2 squared. Remember to put inside the parentheses, so you're not going to be messed up with the negative numbers. This is basically 2 squared plus 4 squared, which is equal to 20. That is going to be 4.47. BC, that is going to be 0 minus 4 squared plus 1 minus negative 2 squared. That is basically 4 squared plus 3 squared, which is equal to 25, which is 5. CA, that is going to be 2 minus 0 squared, 2 minus 1 squared, so it's 2 squared plus 1 squared, which is equal to 5, and that is 2.24. So finally, perimeter, 4.47 plus 5 plus 2.24, that is going to be 11.71. That's the perimeter for example 3. Lastly, example 4. Same thing. Well, this time it actually means asking you to draw it. So let's see. It also explained consecutive means connect them in the order given and close the polygon by going from D back to A. So let's actually draw them out. My A is negative 3, negative 1, right here. My B is negative 2, 2. My C is 3, 2. My D is 4, negative 2. So consecutive means connect them in the order given. So A to B, B to C, C to D, and then D back to A. There we go. And now we can find each side. AB, that looks like a 3 by 1. So 3 squared plus 1 squared, that is square root of 10, which is 3.16. BC is a flat line, so all we need to do is count how far it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. CD is a 4 by 1, so 4 squared plus 1 squared, which is equal to 17. That is 4.12. Lastly, DA is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, so 7 squared plus 1 squared. That's equal to 50, which putting your calculator is going to give you 7.07. Lastly, the perimeter, we're going to use letter P to represent the perimeter. That is 3.16 plus 5 plus 4.12 plus 7.07. That is going to give us 19.35. And that is example 4. As you can see now, this lesson is purely something we have learned before, just adding one extra step. And that is everything for 7.5. Thank you.